guys, Donna here. Just wanted to introduce the following video. It is about my gastric bypass journey. The whole thing started in August 2023 when I got my referral from my doctor and continued on until after my surgery, and there's a couple of follow-up videos there. Now since then, I'll just give you my stats. So I am down to 125 pounds. I started at 214 and I'm doing really well. I'm down 89 pounds. It is fantastic. Today's date is May 16th, 2025. Now I've been this weight for a while, but it's been such a fantastic journey for me, okay? It took about a year to lose the weight, but I am so happy. Now I'll just back up so you can see my body. I just have on a little dress. I can breathe, I can jump, I can walk, I can do so many things that I couldn't do before. I no longer have sleep apnea. I no longer have high blood pressure, etc., etc., etc. My self-esteem is boosted just because I did it, just because I am continuing to do it. And I work very hard at it, okay? So please, if you're interested, watch my journey and enjoy. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm an open book, okay? Love you guys. Please enjoy the following video. Hi everybody, this is Donna. I am doing a weight loss journey. I am 64 this year in September, and I have a year before I officially retire, okay? I'm from Canada, so I'm from Ontario, Canada, and always lived in Canada my whole life. I decided that I was done with this roller coaster weight thing and decided to have a gastric bypass. So I thought I would start this channel with the gastric bypass journey and then go from there. What can I do to help me get over this obstacle? And that's what I want to offer to you guys, is the stuff that I learn and the stuff that I'm learning, and how can that help you guys? If I can just start and I can just help people to be the best version of themselves. And I would love to have as many as you as possible on this journey. Just tell you a little bit about me. First of all, I'm an author, I'm a tarot card reader, I'm a spiritual teacher. I have another channel, and that is all about tarot and intuition and spirituality. So that channel is called North Star Tarot. I love it. Had it a couple of years now. I am journey. Whole goal is to get healthy. I've been struggling with my weight my whole life, and I'm just tired of it. Just like to have that extra little help to get me to where I want to be and be able to maintain that. I know it's going to take a lot of work, but I'm willing to do that. I live in Ontario, Canada. I believe the process is a little different here. Our private insurances do not cover this kind of surgery, bariatric surgery in Ontario. So we have to go through our government insurance. So the only way to do that, there is requirements. So there's BMI requirements. There's all kinds of those kinds of requirements, but you go through a central network system. So you have to get a referral from your doctor. So I got my referral from my doctor on August 22nd. He sent the referral in of 2023. So that goes into the Ontario bariatric network. And then from there, they assign you a clinic that is your closest kind of place that you can go to. Ontario's a big place. Mine is the Humber River clinic in Toronto. So at the Humber River Hospital. That's where I'll be having my surgery. I got my referral in on August 22nd. I had my first appointment, my information appointment, on September 22nd of 2023. And that session was online. Since the pandemic, they do a lot of things online now. That helps if you are, a distance away. I am about an hour away from the hospital. This was really good. So the information session was a couple of hours and very, very informative. Talk about what the different surgeries are, how they're done, all kinds of things like that, any concerns you have, the risks associated. We talk about the money that it's going to cost. You have to go on a liquid diet before. You have to buy these OptiFast protein shakes from the hospital or from the doctor, and you're required to do this anywhere from 4 to 2 weeks before your surgery, depending on your weight or your BMI, I guess. So the session was great, very, very informative, and I'm very, very excited to get this going. I was quite surprised how quick that went to get that first session, so I was very, very happy about that. Then I got a phone call for other sessions. You have to see a nurse, you have to see a social worker, and you have to see a nurse, a social worker, a dietitian. So those are the next 3 people that I had to see. I did see the social worker yesterday, which was October 19th and of 2023. So this is all going pretty, a month after each other, right? But before that, on October 6th, I saw the surgeon that would be doing my surgery. So his name is Dr. Starr, and I saw him at the hospital. So I had to go to the hospital to meet him. And we talked about the different procedures, and we decided on the Roux-en-Y. It is the gold standard gastric bypass. There's also the sleeve available, but we decided on the Roux-en-Y. So that is the surgery I'll be having. Then I had to do a whole lot of blood work. They took like 11 vials and she said to me, if you get dizzy, just let me know. And it's like, okay, it seemed like a lot of blood, right? So anyway, a lot of vials anyway, so they did that. And then I got the call and I had the appointment with the social worker yesterday on the 19th of October. Next week, I have the appointment with the nurse and the dietitian. That's on the 26th of October. So with the social worker, they did make a 2-week follow-up appointment. I see a psychiatrist on a regular basis. Not everybody knows this, but I guess they will now. I do have some mental health issues, and so I see a psychiatrist on a regular basis. So they wanted a letter of support from him. Last time I saw him was a few days ago, and he is getting the letter ready. So when I get that, I just send that in. Worker made a follow-up so we can talk about that letter. So I will have another appointment with them, with the social worker, in a couple of weeks to discuss the letter of support when that comes in and see if they have any concerns there. So you have to kind of talk to them about your what's going on with you, if you have any issues that you're worried about, all these kinds of things, right? So that they know you are ready for the surgery and you're a good candidate, right? Or do you need to do more research? Do you need to learn more stuff? Whatever it is, right? There is a good resource book that I have in a PDF. I can print it off, or I could have bought one at the hospital. And it's 120 pages, so it's very, very extensive and covers everything. I've been reading a lot and I'm learning a lot, which is good. I think the more you know, the better this process will go, right? So I am excited. I am a little bit nervous. So there's a whole lot of different things, you know. There's that nervous energy, that exciting energy, all that kind of stuff. I'm looking forward to getting this done. And I think it will open up a whole new life for me. I can't wait to do it. You know, I don't want to be out of breath all the time and not be able to go for long walks, or just not feel good, have no energy, and I have to use a sleep apnea machine, and I take blood pressure medication, and I just want to get rid of all that. I mean, if I could get rid of the CPAP machine, I would be so happy. But it is a process, and you do have to take your time. Hi, today is about the eligibility requirements to have gastric surgery in Ontario, Canada. So I just wanted to talk briefly about some of the requirements and the eligibility that you need to meet in order to have any kind of surgery covered by the government. In Ontario, our private insurance does not cover any kind of gastric surgery. So if we wanted it covered, we have to meet these eligibility requirements. There is a bariatric network in Ontario, and what you need to do is get a referral from your doctor for this network. Once your doctor refers you, and they pretty much know what the requirements are, once they refer you, then if you meet the eligibility requirements, then the bariatric network will assign you to a bariatric clinic in Ontario, and they're scattered all over, right? So anyway, let's go to the eligibility. So you have to be 18 or older. You have to have a BMI greater than 40 or a BMI 35 to 40 with comorbidities. So that is other illnesses or diseases, okay? So, you know, either heart disease or type 2 diabetes or hypertension, high blood pressure, or diagnosed sleep apnea, or like a reflux disease, okay? And then then they will decide that you're eligible, they'll assign you to a clinic, and then the process starts. So the first thing that you have to do is wait for the clinic to get a hold of you and start setting up your initial information session. You've got lots of paperwork to do. There's stacks of paperwork to do. You know, this is just some, you know, of the stuff I've had to work on. I've had, you have an intake form that you have to do. There's questionnaires. There's lots and lots of paperwork. And they have, they've really streamlined everything where you can do it at home, and then I scan mine in on my computer, and then I email them all to them. So it works out really, really simple that way. There's other things that you have to do too. There may be other tests that you're required to have. You had to have blood work done. I had all my blood work done. I have a psychiatrist because of a mental health issue. So I had to have a letter of support from my psychiatrist. I just got that and submitted it. So yeah, there may be things you have to do. You may need another sleep study. You may need something about your heart if you have heart issues. You may need all this supporting documentation. You know, one, to make sure you'll be safe having surgery, and then to make sure that you're having the right surgery. So it's really important that you talk to them, you be honest about everything that's going on with yourself, and that you're willing to make the changes. That is probably the biggest thing, is that you have to be willing to make the changes. This is a lifelong change that you're doing. It's major surgery. It's not a minor surgery. It shouldn't be taken lightly. And yeah, you kind of got to know that this is what you want. I think that a lot of people, when we become obese, and it's because we have an issue with loving ourselves. We have an issue with not being kind to ourselves. We have an issue with hiding our emotions and all that kind of stuff. So I want to touch on that stuff too, right? I do have another channel. I mentioned it in the last video. That is North Star Tarot. Come on over and have a peek. And I do live tarot readings there as well. So maybe you can grab a tarot reading. I look forward to sharing this journey with you. Any questions you have, do not hesitate to ask. Hi everybody, Donna here, continuing the journey of my gastric bypass. So yes, I met with the nurse and the dietitian yesterday. They were both online. They were both about an hour long. They went very good. They asked a lot of questions, so you need to know a lot of the information that they ask you about. They want to make sure you're ready. They want to make sure that you know how to look after yourself before and after, and that this is really what you want. So they do ask a lot of questions. I made these cue cards. There's a 120-page reference PDF that I have. So I took all the information that I thought would be useful for me to know about the dietitian, things that they want you to know, and also the nurse. So I took that and I made some cue cards and I studied them. And it worked out really, really well. They were happy with where I am and the knowledge that I have. And what I can do is I can make these available for any of you guys that want them. I'll take some pictures or I'll do some slides or something and I'll put them up in a video, okay? That might help everybody. I mean, I have costs here. I have all about the OptiFast. I know everybody will have a different pre-op diet, but it's basically a full fluid diet, right? So I'll just explain what mine is here in Canada, Ontario. Some of the side effects of the OptiFast I have written down here. What a gastric bypass, Roux-en-Y surgery, what it is, what they do, the risks of the surgery, my expected weight loss, the lifestyle changes that will be permanently that you have to make for this to be successful, the stages of the diet right after your surgery, right up until you can eat foods again, like regular food again. And there's always going to be stuff that you can't eat. You're best to stick to softer foods or prepare it in a way that it's softer, right? What else? Then how much you eat each day at the very beginning, all the different stages and what you can eat in those stages, some ideas that I have written down. They really wanted to know to make sure I knew what dumping syndrome was. That seemed to be very important to them, and the vitamins and minerals. So we went over that quite thoroughly, and the nurse went through with me my blood work. So I remember I told you I had to have 11 vials of blood taken. And she actually told me, for someone my age, my blood work was perfect. She was very surprised. She said even for a younger person in their 30s, my blood work is perfect. So I thought that was fantastic. For my blood work, she gave me what she thought I would need as supplements. I don't need everything that everybody needs, but she did tell me what I needed for supplements. So I'll cover some of that. Some nutritional problems that you can have. We especially talked about constipation because that is very, very common, and it can be very, very uncomfortable. It's not a fantastic topic, but it is real, and it is something that we should discuss. She told me what to have on hand for that. There was something else too, and I'll have to get it when I do the slides. They also include in that sheet, they include how you should set up your breakfast, lunch, and dinner as far as proteins, starches, grains, and fruits. So you should have that in your breakfast, okay? So say you have, it's like 1/3 protein, 1/3 starch, and then 1/3 fruit, or a little bit more. They give you the amounts, like 1 to 2 ounces of protein. And this is like balanced meals after 6 weeks, post-ops. Protein, 1 to 2 ounces for breakfast, a 1/4 cup starch or grain, and then the rest fruit, right, to make up a balanced diet. And then for lunch, we've got 2 to 3 ounces of protein, a 1/4 cup starch, and 2 veggies, 1/4 to a 1/2 cup, and that's for both, right? And then again, the same for dinner. They talk about, you know, what are proteins, what are starches, what you need to add, those kinds of things, okay? So I will do that. I will scan those in, or I will make some slides. I do have a program to do that in, so I can do that for you guys. Also, I just think it's really important that we're honest with who we're talking to, and that any of our concerns, we ask them, and we are not afraid to say, you know, well, I have a problem with emotional eating. Doesn't mean you're not going to be able to have the surgery. At least for me, it was okay. I told her, yeah, I emotionally eat. And then we went over, what do I eat? And you know, for me, it's comfort food, right? It's like real food. It's like pasta, and it's stuff that's going to fill me up, stuff that is comforting, stuff that, you know, that makes me feel good. Mashed potatoes and meat and vegetables, that always feels home to me. And those are the kinds of things I want when I'm upset. Pizza, all that kind of stuff. I'm not really a sweet person per se. I enjoy those hearty meals, and I enjoy bread. A big thing that I remember growing up, and this may be why, there used to be a bakery that was in the city that we used to go to because we lived out of the city. So we used to go into the city and we'd go to this bakery, and the bakery on a certain day would bake, and they would have fresh loaves of bread. So we would stop, my mom would stop with us in the car, and she would get bread for the week. And she would always buy an extra French loaf. Now, a French loaf is like a good sized loaf, right? So she would buy an extra French loaf. You can guess that she would go in the bakery. We'd wait in the car. We'd always be waiting in the car for her. And she would come in and she would hand us this French loaf. And crusty outside, and you rip it apart, and oh my God, it was just to die for. It was hot, fresh. It was to die for. So we did that quite often growing up. Now that's one of my favorite comfort foods, and you wonder why, right? Bread has always been a big one for me. So with the nurse and the dietitian, I talked about all those kinds of things. A little bit about any anxiety that you're having about the surgery or anything like that. We talked about those kinds of things. Some of the stuff I thought the social worker would talk to you about, but the nurse and the dietitian or the dietitian talk to you as well. So be well prepared. Anything is their game. So they will ask you whatever they feel is necessary to see that you're ready and see that you want this, right? And that you're willing to do what it takes to make it work. I just wanted to update you. So that was on October 26th. October 26th, I had that appointment with the nurse and I had the appointment with the dietitian. Today I got a call and I have to see a internist, and he makes the final okay. So if I get the okay from the internist, then I can call the surgeon and they can make an appointment and I can get my appointment booked for my surgery. I have to go see him and then he'll book the appointment for my surgery when I see it. Basically, this internist takes all the information from everybody and looks at it. They'll look at your blood work. They'll look at anything that you've had surgeries for, anything that you've had any problems with. If you have sleep apnea, they want to make sure that you have an up-to-date sleep test, so you may have to have a sleep study test. So this is when they'll assign a bunch of these other tests for you, if they haven't already. And so as soon as I get the okay from him, I did get my appointment. It is on November 17th, I believe, or 16th. So by then I will have my second appointment with the social worker, going over the letter of approval from my psychiatrist. Hopefully that'll all go well. And then I see the internist and he makes the final decision if he thinks I'm ready to go. And then hopefully off to see the surgeon. One step closer, looking forward to it. And any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm starting to really think about some things that I need to bring things together. Like I want to get the small cups for myself. I want to start gathering the stuff I need for when I have surgery. I just didn't want to do it right away because I wasn't sure if I would be approved. I'll be making lists. I'll be putting everything in the videos for you guys. Maybe you can see in the background, I got my little Halloween tree. I put that up this year, and that's all I'm going to use for decorations, like for the season, as far as a tree goes. So it's decorated for Halloween, and I'll improve it every year, right? And then Christmas, so I'll do it for Christmas. And then after that, there's a family day in February. There's Valentine's Day in February. I'll do a little Valentine tree, and I'm looking forward to it. It just seems like a lot of fun. Thank you for subscribing, and please don't hesitate to subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to follow me, and I'll be very happy if you do. And please like and share. YouTube likes that, and it just helps me build this channel. So thank you very much. Hi, everybody. It's Donna. Welcome to Gastric Bypass Cue Cards. I just wanted to let you know what's included in here with the contents. We have estimated costs for Ontario, Canada. Then we have the pre-op diet. So just a few things about that. In Canada, in Ontario, we use OptiFast. Then a little explanation of what a gastric bypass is. It's very limited. And the risks involved with regular surgery and a gastric bypass as well. And then I have the expected weight loss. So what's the average, in a year, 3 to 5 years, etc. And then these are all the changes in lifestyle that need to happen. Talk about dumping syndrome, what it is, and some symptoms, and how to avoid it. Then we talk about the 5 diet stages. So these are just the stages. And then what to do first. where do you start with your diet right after the surgery? Then we have vitamins and minerals. And then we have what a balanced meal looks like. And I tried to do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then we have common nutrition codes. And that's it. So everything is available to you in the description below. My contact information is on the slides, and the PDF will be available free for you in the description. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Welcome back. I am here to talk about my last appointment before I get booked for my gastric surgery. So I had to have an appointment with the internist. He just double checks everything. So I went to the office yesterday, Dr. Glazer in Toronto. And I went there yesterday and they took my blood pressure twice. They did an ECG, so they took an ECG. And then I waited to go see him in his office. So got in to see him. And he went over everything. He went over, any of my concerns, health concerns, all the medication I'm on, everything like that. And then he suggested that we do, he looked at the ECG, suggested we do a stress test. And I just had one done a few months ago. So I had sent it to the nurse. So I told him that, and he asked me if I had a copy on my phone. I did. So I got that out and I showed it to him, and bang, I am approved. I'm all set to go. I am very excited. So I'm set to go. He brought me out to his secretary. She tried to call my surgeon's office, Dr. Starr, left a message for them that I would call them back. So I called them just before recording this video, and they are in the process of getting their, their OR times for the new year, and they are going to call me back. So they don't have any time left before the new year. So they have no openings for before the new year. And they have, they're booking for January right now, and there are people on the wait list. So she said, I'm going on a wait list, and that she will give me a call back, and that they'll put me in at the next available slot. So I am assuming January or February of 2024, which is fine. That's okay with me. I'm surprised that everything has happened so fast for me. It's been a whirlwind, actually, and it has gone pretty fast for sure. From the very start, I think I had my first appointment for my intro to everything going on. That would have been in September, I think September, and it's only November. My first appointment was September 22nd for the online introduction at Humber River to tell you everything. They give you all the information you need and all that kind of stuff, right? It is only November 22nd, right? That's only 2 months there. And then it was a month between my doctor submitting my referral and me getting that first appointment. That's only 3 months. I'm doing very, very well. Things are moving along really well. So if I have surgery by the 5-month mark, I'm pretty lucky. So we only have, December, January? That's only 2 months away. I've been waiting for years. This is fine with me. I have to go off of I'm on progesterone and estrogen for night sweats and stuff. So I have to go off that. I'm going to start buying the stuff that I need. I'm gonna start collecting, the things that I think I might want to have, a hot water bottle and things like that, right? So I want to make sure I have all that kind of stuff, and then start looking at the different kinds of protein shakes that I want to use after surgery, stuff like that, stuff I want to have in the house, and just get everything kind of organized, make my lists. And I'm a list person, so I'm going to start making my lists too. I should hear from the doctor's secretary, the surgeon's secretary, this week, by the end of the week, and I will have a much better idea on a date. So thank you so much for listening, and let's hope it's soon. I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about my fears and my hopes with having gastric surgery. I have a few. I'm still waiting to hear from my doctor, my surgeon's office, to make that appointment so I can get my date. And I'm getting a little bit anxious about it. I think I'll give them a call tomorrow just to ease my kind of concerns. I can't wait to hear from them. Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm here to give you an update. I do have my surgery date. Actually, there's been a surprise with my surgery date as well, okay? So last Thursday, today is December 12th, 2023. Last week, Thursday or Friday, I got a call and my date was set for February 26th, 2024. I was very happy with that. It was a little bit further than I wanted, but it was still okay. Lots of time to prepare, lots of time to get ready, all that kind of stuff. So I dog sat for my daughter this weekend, and when I got home today is Tuesday, December 12th, like I said. When I got home today, I got a call from my surgeon's office. They had a cancellation and they wanted to know if I was interested in taking it. And it is December 22nd of this year. So this is a week and a half away and I am having my surgery. So I am really, really excited. So I started my liquid diet today. I don't have the protein shakes yet. I have to go to the doctor's tomorrow, the surgeon's office tomorrow. I have an appointment for 2, so I go down there, and I have to get the OptiFast and go over everything again. I have to see the nurse as well, so that'll be tomorrow as well. And then there's going to be another day that there's a pre-op before I have my surgery. So there'll be a couple of trips that I have to make to Toronto, which is about an hour away. Anyway, I am very, very excited. I am a little bit nervous now. It's come up so fast. And I only have a week and a half to do the liquid diet. So I told you guys I would give you my stats, basically, before I started. My highest weight was 225. Okay, my current weight is 214 pounds. I'm 5'2". It's a lot on someone my height. And for me, I'm 214 pounds. And this is going into my liquid diet. And then we'll go from there and see what I am come a week and a half from now on Friday, the 22nd of December, and have surgery, and I'll weigh myself and I'll let you guys know. Every year I have Christmas Eve dinner for my family. like my kids and my grandchildren. And this year, we've been having it at my oldest daughter's house for the last few years. She has a bigger place, so we've been holding it there. But this year, she's taken it on to do all the cooking and everything, and just everything. Like, I asked her earlier this week if there was anything I needed to bring, and she said no. She talked to her sisters, and she's got it all arranged, and everybody's bringing stuff, and I just got to bring me. So I'll probably pick up a bottle of wine or something, and I'll bring that with me. And I mean, I won't be able to drink anything because it'll only be 2 days after my surgery. My youngest daughter's going to bring me there and pick me up to come home the next day. And hopefully there's no complications, and I want to be home for Christmas. But, you know, those are the chances you take, right? Anyway, I just have to come home, rest that night, and the next day my daughter can come and get me and bring me down to my other daughters, and I can just watch them have fun. Get up and do, you know, go outside for a little walk, and that's about all I need to do. I won't be a bother because I won't be eating anything and I won't be drinking anything. So I can just enjoy watching my kids and my grandkids enjoy Christmas. Anyway, so this is my new Christmas plan. I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I will talk to you guys really, really soon. Give you guys a little bit more about, you know, what I'm bringing and all that stuff and how my pre-op diet's going. And I will talk to you soon, okay? I love you guys. Thank you very much for all your support. Here to give you guys an update. I've been doing the OptiFast since last Wednesday. Today is Monday. And I'm just driving home from my pre-op tests. So I had to meet with the nurse and the anesthesiologist, go over everything, get my blood pressure checked, all that kind of stuff. I got weighed today, and I am 210. So I think I started the OptiFast at 214. So I'm down 4 pounds. Yeah, so that's really good. Everything went really good. There doesn't seem to be any issues that they're worried about. They told me what medications to take and what not to take the day of the surgery. Can't take your OptiFast like after midnight, the day before your surgery. And can't have anything to drink up to 4 hours before your surgery. I don't have a date yet. She said I should get a date 2 days before my surgery, which will be nice because, you know, my daughter has to take me, so, you know, to make her schedule work. She did say, which was good to know, that the first one is at 8 a.m. So the clinic or whatever, the surgical department, you have to be there 2 hours before, and the surgical department doesn't open until 6 a.m. So if I get the first appointment, which I would prefer, so if I get the first appointment, then I don't have to be there until 6 a.m., which would not be too bad. At least you get a full day of recovery, and then the night, and a little bit more time, right? So, yeah, I'm hoping. So we will see. Heading back now. The OptiFast diet, I've been meaning to make a video and I just haven't done it yet. But the OptiFast liquid diet, It is hard. It is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Today seems better, but last week it was really hard. And like the weekend was not easy. Crave food. You want food. And you're not getting anything. So I really liked having the broths, because I had some chicken broth and I had some vegetable broth, and I really liked that because you could warm it up, and it kind of gave you it felt more like food. It was very comforting to me, and it just tasted more like substance. When you said you eat chicken soup or something, that's kind of what it tasted like, just having the broth, right? So that was good too. Overall, just trying to get last minute things done for Christmas. I want to make sure everything's done before I have surgery on Friday, and make sure I get my house cleaned up. I want to make sure that's all done. You know, I want to get the floors washed and bathrooms scoured, all that kind of stuff, because I'm not going to feel like doing that a few days I get home, that's for sure. I want to make sure that that's all done. Any shopping that I need to do, I want to make sure that that is done. And that's about it. So anyway, thank you for listening to me. Very short little video, but it will give you an update. Hi guys, welcome back. This is Donna. This is 2 days post-op. So I had my surgery on Friday, and this is a Sunday, Christmas Eve. So yeah, I just wanted to make a short little post to let everybody know I'm good, and the surgery went really, really well. No complications as of yet. Just trying to figure everything out, and getting everything that I need, you know, all the liquid stuff, my prescriptions and all that. So getting all that done and figuring out timing and stuff like that. That's going to take a bit of time to figure out how to fit it all in and stuff like that. So yeah, everything is going really, really good though. I was so tired yesterday, and I didn't sleep hardly at all the night before. And yesterday was just kind of a wash for me, you know, coming home, and it was a big wash. So anyway, I wanted to say thank you for all the comments and all the messages I got, and you know, the emails and everything. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you all. I love you guys, and your support means so much to me. I really appreciate it. So tonight is my family Christmas night. This is when we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. And I'm so looking forward to seeing everybody, and yeah, just being with everybody and seeing everyone. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on, let you know I'm good. I will do more soon, but right now it was just to let you know I'm okay. And you know, sometimes you can say that, but if you see somebody, you can actually see that they're okay. I'm okay. So the surgery was okay. It was fine. Nothing unexpected. You know what I mean? So yeah, gas pains and all that kind of stuff, but nothing unexpected. And that's because there's so much information out there, and they train you so well. you know, they give you all the information, right? They don't hide it. So anyway, I just wanted to say I'm good, I'm alive, I'm here, things are well, and we will talk to you soon. Merry Christmas, everybody. I love you all, and thank you so much for so much support. Bye for now. Hi, guys. This is day 11 post-op. So I haven't checked in a bit. So I thought I should do that. I am doing really, really good. No pain really, unless I overdo it, like walk too much or too long on my feet or something like that, right? But actually no pain. So I'm doing really well. I feel really good. Everything seems to be going better than I expected. So far, so good. No problems yet. Should be seeing the surgeon again soon. So my cat is just driving me crazy here. Should be seeing a surgeon again soon. And other than that, everything, like I said, is going okay. Really hard to get enough protein in. So I've been doing shakes. I didn't like my my regular protein shake when I got home from the hospital. So I had to mix it with something else because it just didn't taste like it did before. So, and you know, I've seen that happen before. I've heard people on YouTube say that, but yeah, it's really weird. So I don't know if your taste buds change or I don't know what it is, but yeah, I didn't like it. So I had to mix it with other things. So I've been mixing it with sugar-free juice and oat milk and stuff like that. So really helping, making a big difference. So yeah, so I am on the mend and I'm feeling a whole lot better. Trying to walk a lot. I weighed myself this morning. I believe I'm down to 194.8, which would be almost 20 pounds. So just about 20 pounds. So I'm very happy with that. I can't believe it, you know, in the matter of 3 weeks. So that's amazing. Again, my cat drives me crazy, right? I have 2 of them, so yeah. So anyway, this is one of the protein shakes that I've been using just every once in a while when I don't feel like making one. I'll use this one, and I really like it. It's a Boost Protein Plus, and it's 27 grams of protein, 16 vitamins and minerals. So it's not bad. A little high on the sugar, but I figure once in a while it's not so bad. So yeah. So anyway, I've been using it anyways. I never used to eat breakfast, so I was really irregular with my food, right? So I just ate whenever I felt like it. So there was never any kind of schedule. So yeah, so I'm struggling with that. But I mean, it sounds easy, but it's not always so easy to do. So I'm working on that. And hopefully, that becomes more natural soon, you know? So it'll feel more natural soon, like to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Try not to snack. So yeah, so I did find some mints that were sugar-free, and I really like them because my mouth seems so dry lately, and I don't know whether it is, I don't know why. ever since I went to the hospital, my mouth just seems so dry. So anyway, don't have too much else to share, except I'm very, very happy so far. Everything seems to be going as it should. I hope it continues this way. I'd like a housekeeper to come in if you know anybody to get around to those corners and under the bed and stuff. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a good New Year. I was on my other channel for New Year's Eve, so maybe you popped over to have a look. But yeah, that's where I was. So I spent it online. It was good. It was very, very good. Wish you a great 2024. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I think the last time I posted, I was 11 days post-op. I am 3 weeks and 1 day post-op. So, yeah, I had my surgery December 22nd, 23, and today is January 13th, January 13th, 24. So yeah, so just to give you a bit of an update, I don't have that much to tell you. I haven't seen my surgeon yet. I had to delay or postpone my appointment that was on Friday, which would have been my 3-week checkup. I had to delay it because of weather. I live in Northern Ontario, not quite Northern Ontario, but north of Toronto. And there was supposed to be some bad storms rolling in on Friday. So I did postpone my appointment. So it's fine. Postponed it till this Friday coming up. So yeah, so that was all right. I feel pretty good. I haven't really heard anybody talk about it, but I did Google it. I did have a urinary tract infection, and I never heard anybody say that on their videos that I have watched before. But last week, it wasn't fun. And by the time Wednesday came along, I was trying to hold out till I went to the surgeon on Friday. But by the time Wednesday came along, I was pretty uncomfortable. In Canada, we can go to our pharmacy and they can diagnose like just simple things, and they can prescribe. So that's what she did. My pharmacist diagnosed and just gave me some antibiotics. So I've been taking those. I feel so much better already. So I'm sure that's what it was. And a little bit of my stomach is still a little sore, like just around my belly button area. So whatever that is, whatever, incision that was around there, still a little bit sore. But overall, I'm doing really, really well. I went through the puree week last week. And as of Friday, I'm on minced foods. So I haven't really tried minced foods yet. I've been I'm not pureeing as much as I did. So I'm kind of blending it more than pureeing. Still eating yogurt, still the protein shakes. I've added some like carrots, and I've had some mashed potatoes. And then I had some beans. And then I did some, you get the cans of chunky soup. So we have chunky soup, right? And it's like meat and vegetables, and it's almost like a little stew, right? So I got one of those and I tried that. And that was really good. And it did me about 3 meals. And I put sprinkled a little bit of cheese on it. And I was able to tolerate that just fine. I did blend it, so I didn't leave it chunky. So I definitely blended it. So maybe I'm going to try something like that this week, not blended, and start just trying to mince things up. A little bit, just a little bit afraid to do that, but I think I need to do that. Weight so far, my weight hasn't really changed too much in the last week. So I'm down 21 pounds. It's not that different, right? When I went in for surgery, when I started the OptiFast, I was 214. And then when I went into surgery, I was 204. And now I am 193. So yeah, I dropped that extra 1 pound, right? So about 21 pounds down, which I'm very happy about. People say they can tell a difference. They can say they can see it in my face, and I haven't got on the scale in a few days, so not since last week. So we will see, right? Anyway, I don't want to weigh myself too often because the weight just fluctuates so much. And I don't want to get on that. I have to see the numbers all the time. I don't want to be that person. I want to just be able to relax, just follow what I'm supposed to be doing, and just see it progress as it goes. I'm trying more. I wasn't really writing things down. I wasn't logging things so much, and I'm going to start doing that. I just feel like I need to get better at setting my times to eat. So when am I going to eat? And I think I need to settle that. One of my biggest habits all my life is eating at night. And that is the one thing that I need to break. So I'm really going to start working on that this week. And yeah, that's what it's all about, lifestyle changes. I've been trying to get out and walk, but the weather's been terrible here. So I go to the mall, or I like going to a couple of thrift shops that are here. They're pretty big. And I can walk around them for an hour. And yeah, I'm not walking real fast, but I'm moving. And I think that's really important. So I do that. I try to do that every day. And if I can't make it out every day, I at least try to make it out once every second day. So yeah, it's really good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something and I'm accomplishing something. Right? If you can't get outside because of the weather, whether it's too hot or too cold, we always have the malls. We always have places that we can go and work out. I am hoping to join a gym after I see the doctor. And I'm not planning on doing anything spectacular. But I want to walk on a treadmill for the winter. And they have a 30-minute, what is it called? Circuit, a 30-minute circuit training where you go around this circuit. It takes 30 minutes and you're on a machine, and then you're off and you're doing like cardio for a couple of minutes while you wait for your next machine time. So you're on the machine for a little bit. Oh, come on. You're on your machine for a little bit, and then you go to cardio for a couple of minutes in between each machine exercise. And by the time you get around the circuit, it takes about 30 minutes. And I think it's good. You're building strength and you're building some stamina. And then I can use the treadmill when I'm not doing the circuit. So the days I'm not doing the circuit. So I'd like to do the circuit 3 days a week just to start strength training. Once you get a certain age, you really do need that strength training. And I'm not sure how it works with younger people, but I have research from myself. And it's very important that older women get that strength training that they need. That will keep you going longer than anything else. So that's really important. So good nutrition, some strength training, and a little bit of cardio. So trying to build that up. So I'm hoping to build it and do this for a year and see what happens, right? And during the summer, I can not go to the gym on the days that I don't do the circuit, and I can do the walking outside if it's nice out. And I think that would be great, you know. It's not too expensive to join a gym if you don't want all the bells and whistles. And I don't need all the bells and whistles. I just need something basic, right? So it's about $15, $16 a month. And then they have an annual fee. But that's okay. It would still be worth it for me. I think that's what I'm going to do. I asked a friend who had her procedure, same as mine, the gastric bypass. And she had hers done a week before me. Now, she lives in Barrie too. So we'll see if she wants to go. I want this to be a success. Also, another thing is getting all the vitamins in is tricky, and there's quite a bit. So I wasn't sure when other people said it was tricky, but it is. To fit them in at all the right times and stuff like that. So nothing counteracts each other and everything has the best chance of absorbing. That's really important. That's what I'm trying to do. That is my update. And we will talk to you again very, very soon. Hi guys, thank you very much for joining me. Today I'm doing an update on my 1 month post-gastric bypass. So I had my, I was supposed to have my surgeon appointment a week or so ago, and I just had it last Friday. I also met with the nurse and nutritionist last week. Everything is going really, really well. I'm feeling pretty good. I do have a little bit of pain around my belly button area. I have an incision there, and I do have a little bit of pain there, but the surgeon told me that should subside soon. That's a good thing. So nothing unusual happening. Everything seems to be going quite good. My stats, December 13th of 2023, I started my OptiFast and I was 214 pounds. The day of my surgery, I was 204 pounds. January 17th, I was 189.4. And then for the last 5 days, well, 6 days, today's the 23rd of January, 2024, I have been bouncing between 189.4 and 191.6. So I'm bouncing between, you know, those 2 pounds, right? And there really is no rhyme or reason that I can see, but they do talk about a 3-week stall, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm hoping that it, you know, it gets better. I don't have any other appointments for the next, well, till 3 months, my 3 months appointments of March. The multivitamin thing, I do find it hard to get everything in on a day, on a schedule. My schedule is all balled up, so I don't know really what's going on there. But it doesn't seem to be going as I would like it to go. It's up and down, and can't sleep, then I can't sleep, and it's just up and down the last week or so. So I really am working hard to get my schedule back on track. Okay, so I got cut off. My phone said there was no more storage room. So I am going to join something so I can get some physical activity, and I think that'll help with my sleep. It'll help with lots of things. Weather can't be the reason. I have to deal with this weather for the rest of my life, and I've dealt with it for almost 65 years. Can't be the reason, right? Doing really, really well, and I continue to hope that it goes this way. I don't have any. The only food that I had a problem with was this. I had a scrambled egg, and it didn't set well. And when I told the dietitian, she said, yeah, they need to change the book with the eggs, not to scramble them, because that seems to be a trigger for many of us that's had gastric bypass. She said do much better with soft boiled and with poached. So I don't know why, but that seems to be a known fact. Still with the mental part, I'm not hungry. I know I'm not hungry, but my body or my mind tells me I am, tells me I have to have a snack, tells me that I have to eat, right? And it's really, really difficult dealing with the emotional side of this. Many of us we didn't get the way we were just by eating in moderation. We all have some kind of addiction issue to food. And I believe some of us do have biological reasons, but for the most part, I do think it's an issue with food, and it's a mental health issue. And that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right, but that's what I believe. If anybody wants to chit chat, whatever, please message me. You can email me. You can go to any other my social sites and find me. I'm on Facebook as Donna Lamour or North Star Tarot. You can find me on there. Lots of information out there, places that you can reach me. I'm just looking forward to the next 25. Hopefully I get off this little stall I'm on and things start changing for the better. And I just really need to start tracking things better, tracking the time I eat so I can change that too. I don't want to just eat at night because I'm used to it, because that's just reinforcing bad habits. I want to do the right thing, and so that's going to be my goal right now, is to track how much I eat and when I eat. Thank you for your support. I love all the comments. I love the idea that somebody is watching. Hopefully someone's learning something, or there's a question in this, even one little question in all my ranting that helps you in some way. I am 6 weeks and about 5 days post-op. So today is January 31st, 2024, and I had my surgery December 22nd, 2023. So let's start off with my stats, okay? Last week I was talking about a stall, still not getting much movement, right? So I'm about 189.4. So it's still 25 pounds down, but I was hoping it would be a little bit better by now. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I mean, it's common from what I'm reading, right? So I'm not going to get too concerned yet. I feel pretty good. I wish I had a little bit more energy, but overall I'm feeling pretty good. I don't really know what all to update you on right now. I am eating everything, basically. So I'm eating meat. I even tried some bread the other day. Everything seems to be going well. I've been a little bit too afraid to try eggs again, but I will do that. And yeah, everything else is going well. I tend to hiccup a lot if I don't stop when I'm full, right? So then I'll start hiccuping, and that tells me, yeah, Donna, you got to stop, right? And I need to make sure I'm drinking enough water. That tends to be something that I'm not really paying enough attention to, is how much I'm drinking. Now I started to track my meals again each day and track, all my vitamins and that to make sure I'm getting all of them. So I've been working hard at that. It's a lot of work. You don't realize how much work there is involved in it, but there is a lot of work. I've got one hair that is bugging me like crazy, right? So yeah, so I am looking forward to, feeling more normal and getting more routine. Still, sometimes I have insomnia, so sometimes I don't sleep well, and that kind of throws my next day off, and it takes me a while to get back on track. So I'm trying to work with all of that. I had to have a mammogram done. It was that time. At my age, you have to have them. I think I have them every 2 years. So I had that done. All the results came back fine. So, I still have to do my daily life things, right? So, yeah. So I'm doing that, working hard on my other channel. Please come over and visit North Star Tarot if you have any interest in spirituality. There's lots on the channel that you could enjoy there. If you have any questions at all, let me know. Again, I haven't joined the gym yet, but I definitely want to do that, and I need to get walking. So that is probably something that I'm just going to have to make a commitment to do. And I don't know why I'm resisting so bad. I want to walk. I want to do this. So I don't get it, but it feels like I'm resisting. So I just don't understand. But anyway, I am going to work on that more, and hopefully we get that kind of sorted out. Come back. I want to give you an update. It has been a while, but I'm back again, and I'm here to give you that update. So let's start right in. Let's get right to the stats, okay? I had my surgery, my gastric bypass surgery, December 22nd, 23. Today is March 3rd, 24. So we are at 2 months and 10 days. So my stats right now, I am currently 179.8 pounds. Okay. And I started at 214.8, so I'm down 35 pounds. So I'm feeling better as far as being able to move around, being able to do things, stuff like that. I feel much better. People say they notice it in my face, and yeah, I can see it too for sure. I am not feeling great though. As you know, when I did my 1 month post gastric bypass video, I had had a urine infection. Well, it cleared up, but then shortly after my last video, it came back with a vengeance. It was really bad, and I won't get into it, but it was really bad. And I saw my doctor, and he prescribed me a different antibiotic for 10 days. So we did that, and again, much, much better, but not totally okay. Still had pressure in my lower abdomen when I went to the washroom. Still had pressure when I went pee. And not pain though, okay? But still something not quite right, right? Now, I don't know what is caused by problems with the gastric bypass or just infection from just a urinary tract infection. I don't know. So I ended up going into Emerge at Humber River where I had my surgery. My daughter took me in to get checked, and they did blood work, which they said is fine. They did another urine sample. They said they were not quite sure about that. So nothing really alarming, right? But they did give me antibiotics for 3 days because I do have an appointment with my surgeon coming up. Um, so yeah, so that is what's going on right now. But I do have some pain in my upper abdomen and pressure in my lower abdomen. But they don't see it anything to worry about right now. It could just be that all the antibiotics that I've been on have been upsetting my stomach and the acid reflux, which I didn't think I had, but my throat's very, very sore and there's nothing there. They can't see any infection, nothing, but it's extremely sore. I can barely swallow. They told me to double up on my Prevacid. So I'm doing that. And I hope that the surgeon can kind of relieve me as far as knowing, is this from the gastric bypass or is this just something different? So I'm hoping to get that clarification in the next few days, and I will come back and update you guys, okay? So other than that, I'm feeling okay. I'm a little tired, but again, when you're in pain and you're not sleeping well, your sleep schedule gets screwed up. So that's kind of what happened. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I'm trying to be active. I'm trying to do things that I need to do, and I haven't joined a gym yet, but I am getting out walking more. So yeah, so I want to do that, but the motivation's really low there. So whatever that's about, I don't know. My food intake, because my stomach's been upset, I'm not really doing meals as per se. Bread is not working for me now, and it was for a bit, but I can't eat it now. I have a couple of bites and it turns my stomach. Certain meats, I'll have a couple of bites and it turns my stomach. So I'm getting very sensitive to some things. Um, Chicken's okay, so I can still eat chicken. That's okay. Um, Yogurt is okay, so that's all right. Some fruit is okay, but not all of it. I do enjoy oranges, like mandarin oranges. Those are really good. But bananas, I'm not really tolerating those very well. Sometimes even just the smell of them bother me, and that's not like me at all. So I don't know. But anyway, some of these things you just don't know why, right? So you just go with it. So I am tolerating most things. So that's really good. Um, I need to get more on eating my 3 squares a day and that's it. I've been doing more picking because my stomach's not good. But I think that's kind of natural. And I am losing weight. So I think I've lost 6 pounds in the last 4 weeks. So it's not fantastic, but it's not bad. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. I know my voice is a little hoarse right now, but it is sore. And so I can't do anything about that. I just wanted to come back on here, give you guys a little bit of an update, let you know I'm still around. Um, And let me know if you have any questions or if you have any advice, if you've gone through this yourself and you can relate and you have anything you'd like to share. I'd love to read it, okay? And I do read my comments, and I will definitely answer. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've given you my stats, and I told you I would. So I think I should do that 8.5 months ago. I did take some pictures, so I will post those in my videos, so look forward to that. They're very revealing, so it's a little hard for me to do, but I do want you guys to see the changes that are happening, right? Now, so let's start with my stats, okay? At least the numbers, okay? So I started at 214 pounds, and I am now 149 pounds, and that's a 65-pound weight loss. Huge weight loss, and I am very, very happy. I cannot believe this. This is so exciting for me. I am so happy. I never thought that this was possible. It is so good. It has had its complications. So I did have urine infections for the first 3 months, and they were really bad, and they just kept coming and coming and coming, and I couldn't get rid of them. I do have nausea, and I do have, my stomach is still sore. So the soreness got worse and worse, and the nausea followed. So I've been to quite a few tests. They did an ultrasound on my stomach. They did lower stomach, and then I had to go back and the upper stomach. That showed other things that I had to go back for that had nothing to do with my surgery, but they had to check, and that was all okay too. So it all worked out okay. But that had to be dealt with. But still, the pain and the nausea. And it didn't matter what time of day, it didn't matter anything. But I couldn't eat well. And I couldn't keep anything, like I'd take a couple of bites, and then I'd have to stop, wait a half hour, take a couple of more bites, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, just went to my surgeon's office for another follow-up, and last week, this is August 7th of 2024. So I went the 30th of July for a test, and he did a scope, looked down my throat, and he didn't find anything wrong. So I am on 2 medications. Between visiting a doctor at the ER and my surgeon, I'm on 2 medications for my stomach. One, I'm reading my notes here. One coats my stomach, so it's just a mission to coat my stomach. And the other one lowers the acid production, so it lowers how much acid my stomach produces. So between the 2 of them, it is getting a little bit better, okay? And I feel like it's constantly improving. Yesterday and today, I was able to eat a little bit, and I felt really, really good. So not as nauseous, and not as much pain. It's still there. It's getting better. So that's fantastic. Yeah, nobody wants that, right? So it is getting better. Now, I love losing the weight. I can breathe better. One of my doctors has ordered a sleep study test, so I can see if I still need to use the sleep apnea machine. So I don't want to use the CPAP anymore if I can help it. So I need to go for another test, and hopefully I can get rid of it. So that is next on the agenda. And then hopefully that's gone. I'm no longer taking high blood pressure medication. I don't need it. If anything, my blood pressure is a little bit low, like it was before I gained all the weight. So everything is coming back together, and I feel so much better. I can walk. I can, take a long walk. I can do things. I do have the knee problems, so knees. An injury 10 years ago, and then I had another injury last summer. So I am working with a physiotherapist to repair that and help build the strength of my knees and the surrounding. And then that way it'll help me to be able to do more, right? All I can do is just strengthen it up as best as I can and keep going. And that's what I intend to do. I bought a mini walking treadmill, and it's just for walking. It's not for me, nothing like that. It's under my desk. My desk raises up so I can stand at it. I don't know if you've ever used one, but it's a little bit of a learning curve, but I really like it. And so simple. And it just makes sense. While you're doing videos or researching, while you're watching YouTube, whatever I can do at my computer, I can be on the treadmill. Enjoying that as well. I'm almost 65. It's coming up so fast. Today is the 7th of August. 7th of September is my 65th birthday. Oh my God, I can't believe it. So it's coming really fast. So anyway, so with that, I want to make sure I'm getting myself in shape, the best shape I can. I still want to go to Europe. I definitely want to be able to walk. Those are not beach vacations. You don't just sit around. Those ones, you're actually walking a lot and you're looking at things, right? So you're exploring. So that's what I want to do. So that's where I'm at with that. The doctor has a good handle on what was wrong. We're working through that. The medication seems to be working. I may be on this medication for a long time, and that's okay as long as it works, right? So I do have another appointment in a couple of weeks. I think next week, actually, the end of next week, I have another appointment. And then that way he can check and see how the medications are going. And if there's anything else he needs to tell me about the test. Because he wasn't there, he left me a note. Which I've never had the doctor do that before. But he did. He left me a little note telling me that everything looked good and to make an appointment for a follow-up, right? And keep taking my medication. So that was kind of cute. So down 65 pounds. That is huge. I do have to go through my clothes again. I've gone through them once and I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, but I do have to go through them again. Tops are getting so big. They get too big in the shoulders and you just look frumpy if your clothes are too big. So I need to go through all of those again and take another pile to the Goodwill or whatever it is here. Lee's is where I usually bring it, or Value Village. So I'll bring it there. I shop at thrift shops, so I don't mind. And a good way to do it when you're in a place of changing weight all the time. I would like to lose 20 more pounds. So that would put me at 129, so 130 pounds. I think that's where I'd like to be. And if I could get there, I'd be very, very happy. And then I just need to do as much tightening up as I can, building as much muscle as I can. And I know I will have loose skin. That's a given. I had a little bit of an apron before on my stomach because I've had 5 pregnancies. I lost a child, so, but I only have 4 children that are living. So yeah, so it will get a lot better. I do have faith that I can tighten some of that up. Lift my bust a bit, tighten up my arms a bit, tighten up my jawline. I don't think I do that with weights, but there must be a way. So I'm looking into stuff like that as well. If you know of anything that's really, really good, that would be awesome. I'm also losing quite a bit of hair still. Whenever I have a shower, there's quite a bit that I'm losing. Product ideas, that would be great. I do use a collagen supplement, but I don't use any special shampoo or anything like that. And I know there are some that are pretty good. So if you have any experience with that, that would be awesome if you could leave it in the comments. So that's about it for now. My weight loss journey is going fantastic. I'm very, very happy. I mean, there's problems, right? And a lot of it may be the way I'm eating, and I'm not eating properly, or trying to eat too much or too fast or whatever. So it's a learning thing as well. So anyway, things are going to get better. I can feel it, and I just know it. So I just want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching, and bright blessings, everybody. I'll talk to you again really, really soon. Bye for now.